Hi, folks. So last night, that president guy, he made his speech as expected. Lots of gaslighting, lots of fear mongering, and lots of the blame game. So it's all up to us now. Look, if it was up to us now, we'd just get on with our lives and not destroy the economy. Now, isn't that the case, Mr. President? But anyway, so two things that I took away from last night, and the one is we've got the extension of the Disaster Act and mandate for masks, and more masks. I'm not understanding the science behind this. It's a contentious subject, but from all the literature that I've read from both sides, mostly towards the side that when dealing with the virus, a nanoparticle, these masks aren't really going to help. With the way that humans interact and just what we've been through for the past year now, or this year, it's not really going to help. There's only been lockdown in the main city centres. Rural South Africa, pretty much from the evidence that we've seen and the video clips that have been available, have carried on like they have before, and hey, we're all alright still. So there's a mask mandate. Then the other thing I want to do, or I want to address, is we've got this drive now, this obsession with the vaccine. Now, I'm not sure where this is coming from, but our president seems to be on the path of a lockdown until a vaccine. So in March, April, I called it, I said, not until a vaccine. So I'll be putting money in it. We'll be in lockdown until there's a vaccine. Now, I don't understand the theory or the rationale behind this, because we've got a virus that's 0.03% lethality. Our death rates and everything are tantamount to a mild flu season. But we still destroyed the economy and we put the world on hold waiting for a vaccine. So that doesn't add up to me. Behind that, who does the president and Dr. Mkhize get their advice from? Are we following China, World Health Authority, UN people still, who've been proved to be wrong at every turn? Or are they going to pull people across from credible science like Panda, the analytics group? Because if you look at the analytics group, Panda, they've got everything spot on from the beginning. And their graphs have matched up to everyone else who I've spoken to's graphs, who've matched up to my rudimentary projections that I was sitting doing on the roof in lockdown, because we were waiting for millions dead. And suddenly we started chatting to each other and going, but what if no one dies? And then suddenly we started joking around and saying, but the ANC are going to have to scrape a lot of bodies together because they're way behind the curve. So who is on this advisory council? And then that also raised a point, and I thought, hang on, wait a minute. Shortly, or let's say a few months ago, Mkhize kicked half his team off, all the specialists and the scientists, and he replaced them with, and I'll quote from the paper here, the new MAC will take into account the need for the inclusion of social and behavioral scientists, among other factors. Now, social and behavioral scientists are only used to drive human behavior and manage people, as in rhetoric and the speech we got last night, where we were made to feel guilty. So, is this like a psyops operation against the people to make us feel guilty, to make us feel bad, so we can follow suit and just do whatever it is that the government? We mustn't think clearly or openly for ourselves. Why do we need that? It's a virus we're managing. So let's get people on there who are saying, this is the virus, this is the threat, this is what we need to do, and manage it like a scientific basis. We don't want these psyops people who are going to be there, who are going to manage us and our change behavior and our behavioral patterns and things. Because to me, a government isn't there to change our behavior. Our government is there to fulfill a mandate given to them by the people. This is the Republic of South Africa with a constitution. This is not your playground. This is not a dictatorship. So that's there. I want to know who's advising it. We must demand all the documents and the minutes and the notes and the evidence base that they're using to drive their decisions, because none of it is making sense. If you look at what the real science is saying, it's saying don't worry. But no, we still locked down. We still got all these draconian rules in place. It's still like a Stasi-Nazi camp here. And it is, because we've got a curfew. It's a military imposed curfew. In what world do we need a military imposed curfew? Think about it. We're being held hands, we're being told what to do. That is not democracy to me, especially when you're reading other literature and saying there's no reason for this. So these are questions we need to ask. I'm going to keep it short. I said 5 minutes. So the next one, I want to pop out tomorrow let's talk PCR tests, let's talk death rates, and let's talk infection rates, because this is the driving thing. We've got a huge gap between death rates and PCR rates, and it looks like everyone's driving the tests and not actually looking at the death rates. So until then, everyone have a good evening. Thank you.